Hello and welcome to the Fox ERP introduction video. In this video, we will make you more familiar with Fox ERP, about user interface and navigation. If you are a new user who has just created an account in Fox ERP, you must be wondering how to get started. In this video, let's see how you can perform a basic setup of your Fox ERP account. By the end of this video, you will have the basics of your business recorded in the system, and you will also be ready to record your first sales and purchase transactions in Fox ERP. For those of you who are new to ERPs, an ERP is basically a virtual representation of the company in a software system. Fox ERP is multi-dimensional software that helps you to manage your end-to-end operations. Not only this, but there are also several industry-specific domains like manufacturing, healthcare, retail, education, services, etc., that provide you with the skeleton with which you can map all your processes. In this video, we will follow through the journey of a hypothetical retail company, let's say Gadget Technologies Private Limited, which is a budding electronics manufacturing and retailing company, and set up the operations in Fox ERP. When a user logs into your account, you can see a dashboard with different cards. These cards are modules like accounting, selling, buying, stock, etc. Each module has various documents like company setup, accounts, items, customers, etc. These documents are your information carriers that hold the data about your company and business in the forms of fields within. Now let's go to company. Based on the company details that you entered when you signed up, a company would have been created already. Your default currency, country, and bank details would have been added. You can also create more companies if you wish to. All these companies would be enlisted here, and each company can have its own transactions out of accounts and even its own currency. Just so that you know, Fox ERP also offers multi-currency transactions, and it is super easy to manage that. Now, going back to our Getting Started module, let's go to the Chart of Accounts. Chart of Accounts is a visual of all the company ledgers based on a double-entry accounting system. Here on top, you can select the company for which you want to see the Chart of Accounts. By default, you would already have some accounts created per the financial standards. Represented in a tree kind of structure with different branches. You can call these folders group, nodes, and the branches can be called leaf nodes. The tree view in Fox ERP allows the creation of nodes with a single click. You can either go to each folder and see the account or just click on Expand All from your Chart of Accounts. Now we can see that an accounting ledger has been created for every kind of transaction that you would want to have in your company. The balance and currency are also listed here. Now, that's a pretty good start. If you still wish to create a new account, you can do so by clicking on New, or you can open individual ledgers and view them. On opening this ledger, you will be able to update the account number or name, merge this account with another one, go to Chart of Accounts, view the ledger, or convert this to a group account. So now that we have our company created, our Chart of Accounts is in place, all we have to do is some business. We will now create item that you are going to sell. It can be any product or service that your company offers. So, let's go back to Getting Started, click on Item, and create a new record. Now, remember that whenever we want to create a new record in items or any kind of masters, a quick Create window will pop up where you can add all the basic details. If you wish, you can also select the option of Edit on the full page to add more information. Now coming back to items, add the item code if you already have one. Since we don't, we can just make one up and add it. Now let's add the item name as AirPods charging case. You can select the item group from the given choices or create a new one. We are selecting products as our group here. The opening stock of AirPods charging case is 50 units, and the standard selling rate is $134. In the same way, add more products, raw materials, or services that you offer or even buy. Now that we have money and items for our trade, let us see who we can do the business with. We will have to create a customer for this, let's say Metra Electronics, and now let us capture their basic details here. So, let's add the full name and the type of customer, and it could be an individual, a company, or a customer group. You can select amongst the given options or create your own. We will keep this as the default for all customer groups, and then we will select the territory. You can add the contact details of the customer, such as email ID, mobile number, and address. You can also add multiple addresses for each customer. Once you are done, save the customer. Now we have the item, we have our customer. Let us also create a supplier in a similar fashion. We have a supplier who supply items for our electronics goods, so that we will add them to our supplier list. Click on New, add the name of the supplier, select a supplier group as to what kind of items are they supplying to you. We will select raw material and supplier type, company, or individual, and we are done. We can add their contact details and address later while editing the complete form. Now that we have basic masters like company accounts, items, customer, and supplier ready, let's record a couple of sales and purchase transactions here. But before that, let's introduce you to the awesome bar. You can use this to search any document that you want to see or go to any of these modules and navigate from there. Let's say 20 of the AirPods charging case have to be sold out to Metra Electronics, and for that, we need to create a sales order. All we need to do is search for a sales order from the awesome bar. As you can see, there are already a few suggestions, just like Google. Let's click on the sales order list, and there you go. We have the list right here. Without even navigating, we will create a new sales order from this button. Select the customer and the delivery date here. Below is a table wherein we are going to add the item code and the quantity. The item name and the rate as the one in the master will be fetched automatically. If needed, we can also add a new date. The amount will get updated automatically in both cases. Tables like these may be present in a lot of other documents as well, and these are called child tables. Let's know more about the child tables in the next lesson. Let's save this transaction now. By default, it is stored in draft mode. Since it is in draft mode, we can still make some changes if we want. Once we submit the transaction, it cannot be updated, which is also why Fox ERP will actually ask you if you are sure about submitting the transaction. We will click on Yes, and our first sales order is ready here. We can now put in the sales order from this icon and can also send an email directly from within this transaction. After creating a sales order, you can see that we can also create multiple other transactions from this Create button like delivery, note, work order, material request, etc. We will select an invoice and fetch the same details as that of a sales order. A sales invoice will be created automatically. There is no need to update the same information in every transaction, and Fox ERP will do it for you. Just like a sales order, you can take a print of the sales invoice and all the other transactions and record your conversation with the customer from here itself. If you wish, you can also open a new transaction and click on Get Items from Refresh the details from other transactions. We have also created a couple of purchase invoices that we can see here in this list. Based on all these transactions and stock updates, we can see the profit and loss statement. We can also switch to the balance sheet or the cash flow statement. So now even we are doing business on Fox ERP. We just have to record a couple of transactions, and all our accounts will be updated automatically. Isn't it cool? Check out our upcoming videos to know about our other modules. Meanwhile, you can go ahead and try to play the masters and transactions yourself. Feel free to play with different modules and domains. Also, remember that at any given point, if you can't understand something, you can check out a user manual from here, which will provide you with a detailed understanding of all the masters and transactions. If at all you find it difficult to fetch the documentation on a topic, don't worry, Fox ERP is pretty popular. Just type Fox ERP and the name of the document that you wish to understand, and voila, you will find it in seconds. Unless, of course, you don't have a good network speed. If you need additional assistance, place a support ticket anytime from within your Fox ERP account. You can also track the issue status and expected resolution date. Make comments and let us know your thoughts about this video. Hit the bell if you wish to know what happens next with Gadget Technologies Private Limited.